Certainly a debatable one to start off this morning. Hope you guys are all doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are around the world. Nameless calling Shotzzy a bust is the talking point of today, alongside some other stories as well. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Mine are a bit of a weird one because Contesting the Point, a brand new Call of Duty League show. If you guys do not know the format, one person is given the attack, the other person is supposed to defend the point at hand. One of those points at hand is Shotzzy underwhelming so far this year? And of course, we actually now have Nameless calling him a bust. If you guys have not seen the clip, I do agree with a few of his points, but I think there's plenty of counterpoints as well. I'm not trying to blame Nameless. I have no idea whether or not he does mean this. I think a lot of us can argue against it, though, as he does go on to call Shotzzy a bust so far this season. His primary point being it might be till next year that he's actually going to be up to what we expected of him.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we go as a player boom or bust, and I think Shotzzy's a bust. I don't think he's ready for the CDL spotlight yet, and he probably won't be all the way until next year. From what we've seen out of this guy, even in the matches versus the average teams, he's not playing that well. And I know you guys all love stats, so I got some for you. 0.82 in the season so far. And they have played a decent amount of matches, so I think it is a decent enough sample size to gauge where this player is at. 0.87 at London. So that's not that much improvement from the first event. And he has specifically a 0.79 versus Chicago. Like, this guy is just getting destroyed on the main stage. He had one of the worst maps I've ever seen a player have ever in my entire life in the last 10 years of Call of Duty, going 8-32 in domination or something like that, just getting destroyed. And online, he's dominating. So clearly there's something that's getting to him, either on that stage, in the big moments. We've seen these players online who have been dominant and they don't get destroyed like that, especially when they join a team with players like Krim, like Clay, like Hook, who are absolutely insane, especially even in this game. We don't see players join teams like that who are crazy talents online and get bodied like that online. I can't.
We see some of the best Call of Duty players all time when they play against Chicago and FaZe that they get bopped and their stats looked awful.
And again, guys, I'm not trying to attack Nameless because we have no idea how this show might be scripted, and he's given either the attack or the defend on that point. He's trying to score as many points as possible, and certainly as of right now, this early on in the season, it's easier to say that Shotzzy is a bust and is underwhelming than the opposite, saying he's doing just fine. Right? So it compared the points as well. I think the main counterpoint being, can he actually take off this season compared to next? Nameless does make sure to say he thinks next year it will be his time, but certainly this season he's a bust, which I don't think is going to be a far out stretch of a prediction. We have not seen Shotzzy show up to expectations, but the obvious counterpoints as well. It is so early on. How can we possibly know if anyone or any team is a bust? There's certainly a few teams that come to mind, but certainly when a guy like Shotzzy comes to mind, can we really call him a bust 2 weekends in? There is no chance in my mind. Now, in my opinion, you guys, of course, as always, can leave your thoughts down below, especially when it comes time for a completely different game in a different stage. This is not Halo. Call of Duty League has shaken this kid beyond belief. I can show you guys one interview to prove you all that this kid is nervous and shook, and that's why his performance may have been lacking throughout the first 2 weekends. And alongside that, who have they played so far? Huntsmen, FaZe, Paris, and besides sweeping the Surge, that's all they've played, the top team so far. And certainly, just watch this and tell me this kid is not nervous. It is too early on for this guy to actually be called a bust. If he can actually calm himself, recollect himself, and not have a crowd oppose him, I think he can still do great things during this season and then on to next year as well. But here's the interview I'm talking about.
He said it on the server, I think. Now, as I was saying before, Minnesota, a tricky start for you personally. How did you bring it out here in London? These were being absolutely rude, quite frankly.
What's that again?
These lot being rude, you pulled it out the bag. How did you get that performance on track?
I started off hot, and I just carried it through the whole map, or the whole series.
And we're going to see you playing the London Royal Ravens next. Obviously, again, this crowd, venomous animals. I do love you, London, but sometimes you don't do yourselves any favors now, do you? What are you going to be bringing to that match?
I'm going to be bringing the same, just the same individual skilled player, or just the same thing, or yeah. No.
It's all right. Work on your answers for when you beat London, Shotzzy. Thank you so much. This has been your
So is Nameless wrong? You know, his prediction being this entire season he could be underwhelming. We don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out. Alongside that, there are plenty of counterpoints. Always going to be arguments, this kind of thing. This show, though, is a very weird design. Some person has to attack the point. The other person has to defend it. They're going to choose the side that's easiest currently right now. So I don't understand why people are hating on Nameless for this. He's been known to actually take some hot takes before as well. One thing that I think he's actually said that is maybe not a hot take, which we will find out also this weekend, which I know a lot of you guys watching will also agree with more. And from what we have seen, it could be possible, that being a prediction of a Huntsmen FaZe Clan or Atlanta FaZe final this weekend at Atlanta homestand, and it will be FaZe taking it 3-0. What are you guys' thoughts on that? The whole 3-0 thing is certainly kind of bold, but hey, we've seen online scrims, and I'm sure Nameless has seen more results than any of us have as well, and we've seen a BZ saying, we're just onliners, in reference to Formal calling kids onliners as well. They know scrim results, and I don't think a 3-0 right now, Atlanta FaZe in their favor to take their first championship and title of this season, is too far-fetched. To call Shotzzy a bust, though, come on, guys. Anyway, moving on to our last story as well, one that actually hurts me. I don't think that many of you guys can disagree there are any sub-players out there trying harder than a guy like Censor. And seeing these clips from Formal, I know I show a lot of Formal clips on this show. Yes, the guy is comedy. His laugh is contagious. But to find out that I believe it was Accuracy who then eventually found out that Shotzzy was still on the list for 10s, and Censor was set to play after waiting for hours, and then last second was not chosen and Shotzzy was selected instead. These clips, they really do hurt. Doug, if you're somehow watching this, I swear to God, I will be your biggest hype man if you do step on the starting roster at some point this season. Here is Doug not being selected yet again for 10s after waiting for hours.
Lamar, I know you're there. Answer. What do you mean, hold on? Who are you texting? Now it's just me, you, and Doug in here. It's even more awkward. I'm not leaving.
Wait, what's going on?
I don't know.
I got Shotzzy.
Down here, bro.
Oh, Lamar, you're comedy, bro. Oh my God, what the? I'm out of here, bro. This is way too awkward.
Everything feels impossible.
And now we play for fist bumps.
Oh my God, that was.
I need to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Nick, I need to
Drink a Coke.
Yo, Lamar, that was comedy. Bro, that was so funny. And I know you wanted to laugh too. That was too funny.
No, I didn't, bro.
Yes, you did. I was just sitting there waiting, just staring at the team speak. Just me, you, and Doug in there. And then just dead silent for 2 minutes. And I just hear, alright, I got Shotzzy. Oh my God, that was so funny, dude.
It hurts. It freaking hurts. The Formal laugh makes it a bit easier to take down as well, but we will be seeing supposedly a new sub this weekend or sometime soon for the LA Gorillas. That's going to be blast, as other subs are, supposedly being tried out for other teams as well. We'll see who else joins the starting rosters as this weekend does progress and the next following homestands do follow soon after. What do you guys think about this? Is Shotzzy a bust? Will FaZe Clan 3-0 Huntsmen? And what do you feel about Doug? Because my heart just hurts. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy near daily Call of Duty news and other esports gaming news as per usual. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys back here soon.